E aí pessoal, aqui quer falar é o Filipe, mais um vídeo aqui com vocês. Nesse vídeo aqui voltando com o Metal Gear Solid The Phantom Pain, 19º episódio. Então, vamos nessa. A gente vai ter que resgatar o velhão lá. Vamos nessa. Eu tô ótimo.
They're ethnic cleansers designed to silence those who don't fit into Skullface's worldview. We can't allow him to have such power. Go over the mission details and get going ASAP.
Citar a missão. Bom, como vai ser uma missão para destruir... eu já imaginei que ele ia colocar o de Walker. Como vai ser uma missão para destruir os caras, né? Vai ser para destruir os caveiras, né? A unidade de caveira. A gente tem que usar mesmo o de Walker, né, velho? Porque a gente vai precisar dele, porque a unidade de caveira é uma unidade muito forte. E que basicamente, tipo assim, se você for atirar com fuzil, tipo, vai dar dano, mas tipo, vai fazer merda nenhuma, tá ligado? Arquea metálica, metallic arquea.
Clouds ahead! It's them.
E o velhão tá vivo?
It looks like you're surrounded by mist. The support chopper can't get close to your position right now.
Ah, o velhão acho que tá bem, o velhão. É, o velhão tá bem.
Hurry! They are coming!
Meu Deus, velho.
We are their quarry.
Tá, o que a gente faz agora? Ah, mentira que o jogo deixa a gente aqui do nada, né, velho? Caralho, na moral. Nossa, vai ser difícil, hein, velho.
Boss, what happened? Boss!
Meu Deus, mano, eu sei que vou demorar tempo bem considerável nessa missão.
So that mist is their work. We'll be able to send in another chopper for now. You need to eliminate the skulls. You cannot lose contact. Get too close to that.
Meu Deus, mano, what the fuck, velho? Que merda
Snake,
foi
are
isso?
you
Velho?
okay? Snake!
Entendi, foi nada.
So that mist is their work. We'll be able to send in another chopper for now. You need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker. Get too close to that weird gas. It'll disable vehicles and walker gears.
Sai daqui, velho.
Please supplies requested.
Tá, agora não sei o que eu faço.
Supply drop complete.
Agora é esperar cair os suprimentos. É o que a gente tem que fazer. Tá. A questão é se acostumar com os caras, né, velho? Porque os caras, tipo, eles são bem casca grossa, né? Nossa, velho, foi difícil, hein? Não foi tão difícil, só foi pegar a manha, tá ligado? Mas houve uma certa dificuldade, sim. Era só mais se acostumar mesmo, mas não foi tão difícil. Eu pensei que, tipo, sei lá, ia passar tempo pra cacete aqui, ia ter que fazer uns 20 mil potes. Mas não, cara, foi deveras tranquilo a missão. Ah, deixa eu fazer o seguinte, não dá pra... Ah, não. Não dá. Eu ia extrair um cara da unidade de caveira pra Mother Base, velho, pra ver se eles conseguiam fazer algum exame, alguma coisa assim com esses caras, tá ligado? Mas não dá. Beleza. Super hitos, mano. Foi difícil a missão, mas foi legal.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
All right, mission complete, boss. Maybe you'll actually break a sweat next time, huh?
Ah, mas essa aqui quer me fez suar, pô, você tá louco? Agora vai vir a cutscene, né? Beleza. Não, imagina se tem outro ataque. Nossa, eu vou ficar de cara, velho.
Skullface is no longer in Africa. The nuclear test was a success. Now they turned their knives on me.
Satellites didn't read any test. Neither did seismometers.
The detonation test took place 5 years ago in the southern Indian Ocean. The final test was the opposite, to prevent detonation.
You mean?
Skullface plans to sell nuclear weapons that he retains control of.
It's not like hawking small arms to militias.
Indeed. He plans to avoid detection by exporting minerals containing tiny amounts of uranium in the form of metallic archaea. Once on site, the metallic archaea enrich the uranium and weaponize it. Loaded onto all-terrain bipedal machines, they ensure any country, armed group, even the smallest terrorist cell, can become a nuclear power.
Bipedal. So that's why they needed Huey.
A nuke business to replace the arms business. And Skullface owns the market.
The very atmosphere of nukes, anywhere and everywhere. Deterrence on all sides.
So that's why he ran a non-detonation test.
Yes. Another metallic archaea instantly overrides the criticality generator. A fail-safe only he controls. Any such weapon can be deactivated whenever he chooses, regardless of who owns it or their intent to use it.
Nukes. Controlled by a man, not a country. If they proliferate, conventional nukes lose all value. Political, military, and economic. The two superpowers become powerless.
Bom, rolou aí a cutscene, como vocês puderam ver, então vamos continuar.
The R&D and medical teams have come up with a proposal for a new suit that applies Code Talker's research, the Parasite suit. Apparently, it can recreate some of the Skull's unusual abilities. But in order to use those abilities, it needs parasites. If you want to wear this suit, you're gonna need to get a hold of parasites by extracting skulls.
Legal. Pena que eu nunca vou usar esta merda, tô usando. Talvez eu use alguma hora aí. Nunca se sabe, né? Nunca se sabe. Mother Base, moral da equipe. Mano, eu tenho muita moral, velho. Pô, o Solid Snake, tá ligado? Que tá aí, pô, mandando em todo mundo. Vai brincando com o Snake aí, vai. E a gripe não para, né, velho? Impressionante.
We need to stop the epidemic at Mother Base.
Mother Base, água da Seychelles.
About the pathogen spreading through Mother Base, what's your opinion?
Textbook symptoms of vocal cord parasite infestation. And judging from this casualty list, it is the Kikongo strain. Meaning, the breed of parasite that triggers symptoms upon detecting pronunciation specific to Kikongo.
So how do we keep them from becoming symptomatic?
Use this. A type of Wolbachia. Introduced to a sample of the parasite. The parasitic bacteria that colonizes the parasites, turning male to female and preventing copulation. We must cultivate more.
Não brincando com os Demon Box. Aê, velho, acabando. Mano, meu nariz tá com moral, velho.
Thanks to Code Talker, we've managed to put a stop to any new vocal cord parasite infections. We couldn't save those already symptomatic, but everyone who survived has been released from the quarantine platform. Skullface will pay for this.
Caraca, legal. Legal, legal.
Again with the truth serum?
What are those legs made of? Titanium? All the way to the femur.
Metallic archaea.
Sahelanthropus. Where is it?
What?
We have to know before his plan is complete. Sahelanthropus is the final piece.
What are you talking about?
If the Soviets break out a mobile, controllable nuclear weapon, East-West relations will be right back at the Cuban Missile Crisis.
The Cold War returns to life as countries without nuclear arsenals line up for what Skullface is selling. Nuclear weapons proliferate overnight, and on the brink of annihilation, the world maintains its balance.
But we know this is all just a shield, a ruse.
The cleansing parasites are what matter most. A WMD to eclipse even nukes, and the only one that can still be used. Skullface is the world's greatest threat, and Zero's. The pieces are in place. All that remains is to unveil Sahelanthropus in Afghanistan.
They can't activate it without me. Okay, B-Zero. Sahelanthropus is beyond the Soviet base camp, in a lab built by the Soviet philosophers. That's what you're looking for. But I have no idea how he's controlling it. It wasn't designed to accommodate a human pilot. No! No! Wait!
We got word from Afghanistan. Everyone at the Soviet base camp's dead. No sign of fighting. Parasites. Skullface's men then headed north. The target is OKB-0. That's where he'll activate Sahelanthropus. Unless we stop him, he'll go down in history a conquering victor. We can't let that happen. Wipe him out. Don't leave any trace of his existence.
I'm gonna need backup on this one.
Aê, caramba! Eita, filho, aí... Não, mas agora eu quero saber a grande questão. Cadê o Walk Gear, né, que era pra gente usar? O cara falou tanto, né, o doutor, né, falou tanto do Walk Gear, falou, nossa, é a arma que vai destruir o Sahelanthropus, é a arma mais poderosa. E agora, cadê? Não sei, tá ligado? Não, pensei que tinha travado. What the fuck, man? Nossa, aí sim, velho. Só vamos, papai. É, lista de missões.
Please select a mission.
Skill fails. Ó!
Updated.
Agora já podemos mandar a gente pra missão de expedição de novo. Já vamos mandar, né? Já vamos mandar trabalhar, filho. Atravessa o perímetro. Vamos nessa.
Unit dispatched.
Beleza. Vamos ver as fitas, né? Os parasitas das cordas vocais.
About the pathogen spreading through Mother Base. You've seen everything we've got on the outbreak. What's your opinion?
Textbook symptoms of vocal cord parasite infestation.
And judging from this casualty list, it is the Kikongo strain, meaning a breed of parasite that triggers symptoms upon detecting pronunciation specific to Kikongo.
So our Kikongo-speaking staff are at risk.
Quite so.
He's right. All the victims do speak Kikongo.
So they can survive if they just use another language.
There is no guarantee. You're only dealing with the Kikongo strain. Other language strains may be present. You well know he was teaching them languages from all over the world.
The Devil's House. Nzoya Badiabulu.
There is no way to know how many strains he has at his disposal.
So how do we keep them from becoming symptomatic? You mentioned using microbes.
Use this. A type of Wolbachia. Introduced to a sample of
Aí
the
já vi essa parte
parasite.
aí. Essa aqui, deixa eu ver.
Now, we must wait for the Wolbachia to multiply in the larvae.
How is the disease transmitted? If it's carried by insects or rodents, then...
There is no intermediate host.
So...
The vocal cord parasites lay their eggs in the larynx of the host. Most hatch and migrate to the lungs, but some are transported to the mouth through ciliary movement, mixing in with saliva.
Saliva. Droplet transmission.
Sneezing, coughing. Any food or water containing infected saliva. It would spread fast.
Indeed. And when the larvae migrate to the lungs, symptoms can resemble the early stages of a cold, making it easy to infect others.
Meaning a simple conversation would be enough to pass it on.
Alright, so what happens after the larvae migrate to the lungs?
It is as I said before. They mature by feeding on alveolar tissue. It is only then that noticeable symptoms.
Go, Tucker. What are the metallic
Ah, isso aqui é
archaea?
o importante, ó.
Volcanic craters spewing sulfur. Water hot enough to boil your skin off. Ocean depths of 800 plus atmospheres. Wastelands radioactive enough to kill you where you stand. There are groups of organisms that survive despite. No. Because of living in such environments.
I've heard about them. Extremo... something.
Extremophiles. By selecting certain species, then subculturing and repeatedly modifying them, I created a metallic offspring of pure archaea. They subsist on metals rather than organic matter.
And some of them even consume uranium?
Yes. Uranium enrichment archaea metabolize only uranium-235. As a result, they produce weapons-grade enriched uranium.
How is that possible?
Consider how plants fractionate carbon isotopes when they conduct photosynthesis. Nature possesses abilities beyond our imagination.
So it was archaea that brought down your chopper?
Corrosive archaea, yes. They oxidize metals, feeding off the energy in the electrons they receive. What became of the wreckage?
We had the R&D team retrieve samples for study in airtight plastic containers, of course.
Prudent. We shall extract archaea from it in good time. They should help you fight back against Black Anna.
Any chance we could start now? It doesn't have to be a lot. I might just have another use for them.
If it's only a small amount you need.
That's fine. I'll get the R&D team to assist. Let's go.
Beleza, vamos lá para a próxima lista.
Suspected of developing nuclear weapons. It already had a conspicuous presence at the...
Deixa eu ver um negócio aqui.
Please select a mission.
Vou com o D-Dog, né? Vamos nessa! Skill Face, episódio 30. Delícia. Norte de Cabul, Afeganistão. Olha, isso é diferente agora. Legal. Ah, porque a gente tem a força, é verdade.
That's where Skullface is keeping Sahelanthropus before setting it loose in Afghanistan. There's a good chance he's got nukes too. Boss, we need to figure out what Skullface is up to. If you make contact with him, get him to talk. The ethnic cleansing parasites, Sahelanthropus. Find out what his plans are.
Cadê o carro, velho? Papo reto. Não tá aqui. Ah, tá sacanagem, né, velho? Mano, eu vou pegar essa merda agora.
To isolate the facility, they first spread reports of a chemical weapon leak. The infection won't spread into the surrounding regions. Still, I think they just exterminate the men who worked with them all this time. Skullface must be making his final play.
Ó, tem ninguém aqui, maravilha. Só vamos pegando os recursos, velho.
Eli snuck into the cargo on board the chopper. His idea of an escape attempt? Who can say? We'll think of how to deal with him later.
Snake, do you read me? I know more than anyone about OKB-0 and Sahelanthropus. Boss, I've made up my mind. I want to be of use to you, not him. Let me work to pay for what I've done.
Mas ele não sobrevive na água, mas que idiota, velho. Ah, eu só queria que ele nadasse, velho. Ah, mano. Eu jurava que ele ia nadar, velho. Por que ele não pode nadar, velho? What the fuck? Não, não vai ter que... Pera aí. Ah, tá. Obrigado. Cara, mas que negócio idiota, velho. Porque a gente não pode simplesmente meter a porrada dos outros. Porque a gente não pode simplesmente nadar, velho. What the fuck, mano? Que merda, cara. L de ataque, Então vamos embora, velho. Me quer bolar ali agora. Vamos nessa.
To isolate the facility, they first spread reports of a chemical weapon leak. The infection won't spread into the surrounding regions. Still, I think they just exterminate the men who worked with them all this time. Skullface must be making his final play.
Metal Precioso 5. Aí eu vou dizer, né? Tiago, eu tenho mais numa maleta do que no negócio desse. Não, que merda é isso, né? Cara, porque a gente tá encontrando tão pouco material.
His idea of an escape attempt? Who can say? We'll think of how to deal with him later.
Snake, do you read me? I know more than anyone about OKB-0 and Sahelanthropus. Boss, I've made up my mind. I want to be of use to you, not him. Let me work to pay for what I've done. I'll prove it, that I've always been your ally.
Boss, I'll be focused on coordinating backup here at Mother Base. The chain of command is still in place. If you have orders, give them through Miller as usual. Skullface is in OKB-0. Start by making contact with him. The facility itself is under the control of XOF, Cypher's strike force. We have no hard data. Finally here. Find Skullface and take everything from him. XOF has occupied the facility.
Ai, ai, viu, Senhor Jesus. Obrigado.
Snake, are you okay?
Salvou pelo menos, será? Tá, pelo menos salvou.
Head for the silo at the facility's northernmost point. XOF has occupied the facility.
Complete.
Skullface must be close.
Enemy presence
Vou por aqui, ó.
detected. The map has been updated.
Boss, get down. The enemy sniper. Stay low and crawl along the ground. That should enable you to sneak past enemies.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Serious injury. It won't heal on its own. We'll need to treat it with first aid.
Ah, é dali, velho. Calma aí, deixa eu me afastar um pouco aqui. Aí eu vou dizer, né, meu brother. Mano, o que eu vou fazer aqui, velho? Ferrou, mano. Lascou. Sinceramente, eu não faço ideia do que eu posso fazer aqui.
Head to the silo at the facility's northernmost point.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Talvez a Quai seja melhor aqui, velho. Não sei, cara. Deixa eu chamar a Quai aqui, velho.
Enemy
Dá?
presence detected.
Vou chamar ela, calma aí.
The map has been updated. Please select a deployment point.
Não dá, velho. Tem que chamar ela logo no início.
Boss, get down. The enemy's sniper. Stay low and crawl along the ground. That should enable you to sneak past enemies.
Go!
Tira essa merda dessa caixa do negócio, velho. Pelo amor de Deus, cara.
XOF has occupied the facility. Skullface must be close.
Ó, vamos, conseguimos. Quer dizer, conseguimos entre aspas, né? Porque a gente ainda fez merda, mas vamos nessa. Estoura a cabeça do cara. É bom. Beleza.
Good work. 2 more gates to go. Still quiet in the silo. No sign of Skullface or his Goliath.
Não, foi bom enquanto durou.
Boss, what happened? Boss!
Make contact with Skullface.
Tá, calma aí.
Good work. Skullface must be close.
Pega esses materiais tudo aqui, vamos pegar pra nós. Como eu morri, velho? Não entendi, foi nada. Calma aí, vou fazer um negócio aqui. Já sei como é que eu posso fazer.
No, never mind.
The map has been updated.
Speak. Where are your friends?
Boss, get down. That's an enemy gunship. That should enable you to sneak past him.
He's here!
Nossa, esse cara aqui nem vi, velho. Nem discreto esse cara.
Alright, you're through the second gate. Only one gate left. From here on in, you're in the enemy's headquarters.
Something's wrong. But it has to be here.
Apoio aéreo.
Please
Bombardeio.
select a strike point. Strike requested.
Calma aí. Helicóptero.
Please select
Apoio
a strike
aéreo.
point. Strike will come support
Aqui,
helicopter
meu.
requested.
Meu Deus, cara, como é que eu morri pra esse helicóptero idiota?
Snake, talk to me! Snake!
Make contact with Skullface.
Ah, mentira,
Head for the
cara.
silo
Ferrado.
entrance. Good work. 2 more gates to go. Still all quiet at the silo. XOF has occupied the facility. Skullface must be close.
Já volto. Galera, deu 2 tiros de bazuca aqui no helicóptero e o helicóptero tá ali, então criado.
Only one gate left. You're on in. You're in the enemy's headquarters.
Something's wrong. But it has to be here.
Será que ele cai agora? Caiu. Já estamos safe. Só não morrer agora pro bobeira. Nossa. Só vamos.
Serious injury. It won't heal on its own. You'll need to treat it with first aid.
Tudo pensado, rapá. Só fode.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Vou morrer. Toma! Boa, velho. Vixe! Boa não, vamos embora. Beleza. O que aconteceu agora? Nossa, olha isso, cara. Morri. Jogo bem. Ah, véi. Esse não vai começar lá do início não, né, mano? Pelo amor de Deus. Mano, eu tô com medo, velho. A gente vai, porque esse jogo é sacana. Uau, que delícia! Entrei aqui de novo e vamos ver se eu consigo fazer a opção certa. Era pra subir aqui, eu acho. Eu acho, velho. Não sei, mano. Nossa.
Stop coming after you. His ride has arrived. Don't let Skullface get away. Stop him at the heliport.
Map has been updated.
Boss, can you see the heliport? Skullface is right there. Make contact with him and make him talk. You have to stop him before his plan is set in motion. Sahelanthropus is somewhere inside there. First of all, make contact with Skullface.
Conseguimos.
You too have known loss. And that loss torments you still. You hope hatred might someday replace the pain. But it never goes away. It makes a man hideous, inside and out. Wouldn't you agree? We both are demons. Our humanity won't return. You, me, we've no place to run, nowhere to hide. And that is why I'll show you my demon. Follow me, big boss!
Just go along with him for now. We're ready to fight if it comes to that. That's our leverage against him. Our deterrent. He doesn't want a war on his hands.
Whatever the Navajo told you, it's just one possible solution derived by Cypher. My will is different. I've known you since your time at Langley. I've long been the other side of your coin. 1964, Soviet territory. Fox's first mission. Any mess you made, I was there to clean up. You completed your task, and admirably. The information you returned was far more than enough to fill our pockets. With it, our futures became, more or less, set in stone. Then the Major came to me with an idea. Washington doesn't know how to spend money, he said. I'd like to redirect it. His goal was an organization dedicated solely, covertly, to supporting America. Cypher. You know the rest. To him, it was mourning the loss of his friend. Or rather, an act of revenge on the world, but America most of all. America is a country of liberty, a meeting of immigrants. Instead of simply assimilating, its citizens live alongside others. Their roots are very diverse. America's never been made up of just one. But he tried to forge a single consciousness for it and from it. The idea that every citizen would use free will to unite behind their country. Unilateralism like that can't be entrusted to any one individual. So the Major sought a system that used information, words, to control the subconscious. Get in. to unite America and the entire world. The Major thought this was his friend's will, but I think he never understood what she wanted. Before he ever walked or cried, even before he was born, his mother tongue was English. He doesn't know the pain of losing his own language. Not yet. He cannot understand her will. I do. I was born in a small village. I was still a child when we were raided by soldiers. Foreign soldiers. Torn from my elders, I was made to speak their language. With each new post, my masters changed, along with the words they made me speak. Words are peculiar. With each change, I changed too. My thoughts, personality, how I saw right and wrong. War changed me. And not only my visage. Words can kill. I was invaded by words, burrowing and breeding inside me. A philosopher once said, "It is no nation we inhabit, but a language." Make no mistake, our native tongue is our true fatherland. My fatherland, my truth was stolen from me. And so was my past. All that's left is the future. And mine is revenge. On those who bleach off the words of their fellow man. This is what I learned from the Major. And then it hit me. It was he who should feel my wrath. He and the code he chose as basis for control. Language codes, information codes, beamed all around us, genetic codes spanning history. By controlling the codes, Cipher Zero intends to unify the world. Codes implanted into our heads, sucking our minds dry as it spreads from one host to the next. A parasite upon this earth, that is what Zero is. As one born into this world, he's afflicted. I hold him responsible for killing my freedom. Killing all traces of my past. Killing any promise of a future. We are all but dead men forced to walk upon this earth. A world reduced to zero. Cipher plans to use its codes to control the world. They think they can. And the mother tongue of all those codes is English. The word became flesh. The final parasite. It knows English. An English strain of the vocal parasite. I will exterminate the English language. With this, I'll rid the world of infestation. All men will breathe free again, reclaim their past, present, and future. This is no ethnic cleanser. It is a liberator. To free the world from Zero. Let the world be. Sans lingua franca. The world will be torn asunder. And then it shall be free. People will suffer, of course. A phantom pain. The world will need a new common tongue. A language of the nukes. My metal gears shall be the thread by which all countries are bound together. Inequality. No words will be needed. Every man will be forced to recognize his neighbor. People will swallow their pain. They will link lost paths. And the world will become one. This war is peace.
tem ali um negócio do It sem querer, velho. What the fuck? Sem querer, juro. E que música é essa? Foi de nada. Mas bora lá, vou continuar aqui montado pra vocês escutarem, pra vocês aproveitarem aí.
When the world witnesses Sahelanthropus, the hands of the doomsday clock will roll on, regardless of zero. Sahelanthropus will take the first giant step into a brave new. It is the bell with which a world trodden upon by words declares its independence. We are here. Remember the Alamo.
On station to provide cover. Get us a line of fire. Roger that.
We're not the only demons in this world. Like you, vengeance is all he has. It's man's thirst for revenge that drives the times. Just as you live because of me, he lives because of you. Show him! this? Such a lust for revenge? Ooh!
Caramba, demorou pacas essa missão, hein? Bom, vamos lá. Tem o modo ligado aqui.
Mission list.